Nigeria, when a child misbehaves, everybody is allowed to communicate with them. Friends, family, perfect strangers.
That's why Dele is the most respectful young man I've ever met.
I trained him well.
Us as African Americans have an abusive relationship with America. Like walking on eggshells. Do you take your hoodie off when you walk into a store just because you know?
Oh, yeah. I take it off when I'm driving.
Do you sometimes feel hopeless that nothing can change for them because it just is what it is? I felt it before, right? So we're in an abusive relationship with America. But you're so stuck in this abusive relationship that you make excuses for your abuser and you're afraid to leave. And this is all you know.
That's all you know.
And I'm just saying, yo,
That's tough.
just go on a dating app. Get a second phone and go on a dating app. Don't even let them know you're going.
Date Ghana, date.
Yeah, date Ghana. Go date another country. How long do you love something that don't love you back?
When I read stories from Africa and when I watch what politicians say, especially in France, about African migrants, when they are unemployed, when they may commit a crime, or when they are considered unsavory, it's the African immigrants. When their children go on to provide a World Cup victory for France, we should only refer to them as France. And we even saw it with that African man who climbed the building to rescue the baby. Do you remember that? We watched him climb that building. He rescued the child, and then they gave him French citizenship. They said, you are now French. So now I'm going, so is he now no longer African? Is that what you're saying? So when he was on the ground, he was African. And then he climbed up, and as soon as he rescued the baby, now he's French. So if he dropped the baby, the African dropped the baby.
Okay, I'm getting sick and tired of getting non-Africans in my comments telling us how we can and cannot refer to ourselves. On some, why do you keep saying that it's African? How do you expect people to consider Africa as a continent and not a country if you keep saying things are African? If you don't understand the basic concept of a country and a continent, that's not my problem. And let me tell you something about us Africans. We are incredibly diverse, incredibly different, and incredibly similar at the same time. We know the differences and similarities amongst ourselves. So if you can't tell the difference between a Ghanaian and a Nigerian, that's a you problem. That's not our problem. If you don't understand something about a place you've never been to, then keep your mouth shut. Or if you genuinely want to know, then ask and we'll tell you. But don't come with a condescending tone telling us how we can and cannot refer to ourselves and our business. Listen, some of you just need to learn to stay in your lane.
Hey Africans, this is America. America, look. See the streets? This is America. America. It's America. Look, it's America. See that?
When I was younger, I looked at the Western countries as heaven. I imagined it rained gold and the streets were so clean. Everybody was polite and friendly and nice to you. It was just perfect in my mind, in my imagination. You know, countries like the United States of America and the UK. Technically at that time, I didn't even know that Canada existed. So yeah. Anyways, I wanted to be American or British so bad. I copied the dress styles and the behaviors of the Americans. I mean, the Black Americans or African Americans. Frankly, I don't even know which is politically correct these days, so you pick, all right? I don't know. The ways of the West seemed the best. They seemed to have everything: freedom, good government, free education, more civilized people, running water, and electricity. We as Africans seemed backwards, living in the past, loud, angry, and life was difficult. I'm going to be honest with you, because I always am honest with you, aren't I? There are certain things that needs to change in Africa for me to be able to move back there. But there are also things in Africa that I am very proud of. There are traditions and cultures that I wish we continue to hold on to when we came to the Western countries. You know, in the Bible it says that, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world, but to lose his soul. I think that is exactly what we have done as Africans or any other third world country. We tend to disown our cultures in order to fit in to the countries which we have migrated to. For the most part, losing our identity. What keeps us grounded? What keeps our families together?
The West has more problems than Africa. Mass shootings, mental illness, homelessness, drug addiction and drug abuse, racism. In many ways, it's a really sick place.
Let me ask you this. To those who have lived in third world countries, how long do you usually go before you see your families? 2 days? A week? A month? You know, in the Western countries, you could go months without actually seeing anybody. Sort of like you are alone, but you have people. But life is so busy that you tend to do it alone. We have exchanged the amenities that sustain us for actual life, for actual living. We have the freedom, water, electricity, jobs.
Yeah, you might make more money, but things are also way more expensive. And so in a lot of ways, you end up hustling backwards. You think you're making progress, but in reality, all of your money is going to bills, taxes, and expenses.
But we lose happiness, peace of mind, and enjoyment of life. Our young ones take to the Western cultures and then they begin to twerk. They abuse alcohol, suffer from depression and anxieties. They lose family values, respect, and discipline.
You want me to be low in this talking stage?
Yes.
No, that's crazy still. No, I can kiss someone else. No. What the hell? No.
What is
that's
going
crazy
on
now.
with you people?
What do you mean? What is going on? Like,
Wait, I said I like it. I'm taking it back. I don't like it. No, why are you putting restrictions?
yeah, to me.
We don't have
We
one.
don't.
No.
We're just
Listen,
talking.
if I'm getting to know you, and this is every human being,
Paula.
I meet you, we have chemistry. We have chemistry.
Paula.
We vibe.
Paula.
You and I, we vibe. Hold up. We vibe. We chat about this and that. We're busy here. Hee at night, every night for the whole 3 weeks. Right? I'm thinking that you're mine and I'm yours, and you know, we're gonna maybe end up in a relationship. And then I hear that you slept with somebody else. So all these things I did with you meant nothing.
What does
So
that have?
we're building on quicksand.
No,
what
that's
is
not-
this we're building on?
Do we have to succumb to the Western cultures, or can we be part of their system and still keep our culture? I say their system because no matter how much you give, you will still be an outsider in the Western countries. In short, I want to plead with you. For those of you that have other cultures outside of the Western cultures, hold on to those values, those cultures. Hold on to your family values, to having a sense of community amongst yourself, and put aside the live for today, for tomorrow we shall die attitude that is prevalent in modern societies. Okay? I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.